Well, good morning and welcome back to the Broadcast Retirement Network. I'm Jeff Snyder, and this is BRN AM for Tuesday, October 6th, 2020. And our top stories today, Amazon Prime Day is coming up in mid-October, and we'll talk about what embedded finance is. Well, joining me now to discuss this and a lot more is Daniel Klein, who is now the lead advisor and executive producer for 7 Investing. Dan, welcome back to the program. Great to see you this morning.
Hey there, Jeff. Thanks for having me in the middle of a move.
And the middle, that's right. I'm moving, we're moving, you're moving. So congratulations on the move to 7 Investing, and best put your best foot forward, of course.
I'm very excited. We've got some big stuff coming down the pike, but I have to say, I have to thank all of my friends and family over at Motley Fool. This was something done out of love. It wasn't like I'm leaving, blah, blah, blah kind of move. This was, the right step at the right time. I'm working with a bunch of former Fools. I'm excited for what's next.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations and best of luck there. All right, let's jump right in because Amazon Prime Day, Dan, October 13th and 14th. Give us the skinny. I know a lot of people have money on the side. Not all of us, but have money on the side. They're going to be out there buying things.
So Amazon hasn't said it, but it's a massive change for Prime Day. So normally Prime Day was in July. And Jeff, it was an exciting day. It was like a shopping holiday made out of nothing. And really what it was Amazon's clearance sale. They'd basically look in their warehouse and they'd be like, sheesh, we have an awful lot of old Moana merchandise. Let's put that on sale. Like, that movie hasn't been out in a while. Geesh, we have a lot of 6-foot iPhone cables from this company. Let's put that on super sale. Let's put all our devices on sale to get more people. Maybe we'll lose money on those, but we'll build more people into our ecosystem. It was a way for them to clear out the warehouse to get ready for the holidays. Here's the problem this year. There's nothing extra in the warehouse because during the height of the pandemic, they stopped taking shipments for anything that wasn't necessary. So they didn't build up that inventory. In fact, they sold out all that inventory. Try to get a 5-pound dumbbell on Amazon. You couldn't do it for months at a time. So what this is really going to be is the kickoff of the holiday season. And this is going to be a holiday season that looks nothing like any holiday season you've ever seen before. Because, Jeff, we can't go to stores the way we used to. We can't all line up on Thanksgiving. Most stores are going to be closed on Thanksgiving. We can't line up on Thanksgiving or Black Friday to get a $200 60-inch television or whatever it's going to be. They're going to have to spread these sales out. They're going to all the different retailers are going to have to gauge sort of what the season looks like, how to put things out. Nobody knows how to do that. Amazon is just going to do it by brute force. We're starting October 13th. We're going to have Prime Day for 2 days, and then it's immediately Christmas season. It's going to be different. Halloween is more or less canceled. We're going to skip right over Halloween this year, and it's just going to be, and as a person who's buying, it's a challenge. So what do you need to do? You need to identify a list. What am I going to buy? So hey, let's pretend your family needs a new television for the living room and you need some gifts for the kids and somebody wants a new console or a Nintendo Switch or whatever it is. You're going to have to list out what you want, look at what those prices are right now, and then when you see it at a good deal, buy it. And then unless where you bought it from offers to pay the difference if the price goes down within 30 days, unless it's that, don't ever look at the price again because you're not going to get it right. You might buy that TV for $229 that used to be $359 and think you got a deal, and then December 23rd it's going to be $179. You don't know, or it's going to be $550. You don't know. We don't know what it's going to look like. So you know your target price, and when there's a discount, act on that and be happy about it. It's like the stock market. Like, you can't lament the deal you didn't get because there's no way to predict it.
Dan, given that we're in the height of a pandemic, and 2020 is certainly just extraordinary in terms of everything that we're doing in terms of communicating and whatnot and buying things. Do you expect sales for Amazon Prime Day and in other retailers to be up, or what's the thinking now? I mean, I know retailers are hoping that they're back in black, but what's the reality going to be?
So the winners are going to win. Amazon, Walmart, Target, and Best Buy, sales will be up. But Jeff, it's going to be a little bit like Hanukkah. And we've talked about this analogy before. But Christmas this year, some of your gifts are going to be things you need, not things you want. So For Hanukkah, I always joked, you get like your one big toy, like your thing you were excited about, the new bike. And then like the third night of Hanukkah, you got mittens. The fourth night of Hanukkah, you got socks and underwear. That's kind of what Christmas is going to be like. A lot of kids are going to need new tech to deal with schooling from home or even a hybrid situation. So you might get an iPad under the tree, and maybe you didn't really want an iPad, you wanted an Xbox, but you kind of need an iPad. So I think we're going to see a little bit of a shift where like, oh, hey, like, what did you get? Groceries, great. Like it's gonna be less fun, and we saw that with back to school where there's less fashion shopping and more tech shopping. But I do think Amazon, Walmart, Target, even Costco, Best Buy, they're gonna set records. The lesser retailers, this could be a death knell. This is not going to be great for Sears. This is not going to be great for JCPenney. This is not going to be great for Macy's, most likely. It is gonna, if you're not a fully developed omni-channel, it's too late. And pivoting to curbside pickup late in the game probably isn't going to save you. So look, we've seen it. The strong are getting stronger. There's a major retail shakeout. All of these companies that were poorly financed, in most cases they had leveraged buyouts, or in the case of a JCPenney, they were just mismanaged for a decade. You're going to see some of those companies go away, and people are going to blame it on the internet. It's not the internet's fault that these companies were poorly managed.
Yeah, Dan, I mean, I'm going to go back to pricing, because you said when you were talking about Amazon Prime, you said that getting the best price could be difficult. You also said that buying a 5-pound dumbbell was so scarce that it was nearly impossible. Would you expect that based on scarcity, you could see just supply and demand? That dumbbell that was normally $15, let's just say, to get it you have to pay twice that, or $30. And then does Amazon always represent the cheapest price? Can you go out to the shopping tab on Google where you put in something and PRS guitars and it gives you all the sellers? I mean, is that a good course of action?
Yeah, absolutely. So I just bought my son a laptop, and I used CNET, which is a well-regarded technology site, and I brought up their article on best laptops under $500, and then I looked at the best price listing, which was almost always Amazon, but not always. And then I looked at what was in stock, because a lot of laptops aren't in stock right now. And I bought my son like the third or fourth best laptop on their list because Amazon had it in stock at a good price. Now, if it had been Best Buy, I would have bought it from Best Buy. If it had been Joe's Computers in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, maybe I wouldn't have, because I understand how returns work at Best Buy and Amazon, and I trust that they're going to make things right. I bought a PC Mini that my wife is using at the moment, and that it arrived, and the Windows license wasn't good, and it took a while, but Amazon solved the problem, or at least got me to the place where I could solve the problem. I'd be a little concerned about buying a lesser place, but no, Amazon's not always the best price. It could be Best Buy, it could be Walmart, it could be Target, it could be any other name retailer. So do your homework a bit, but it's also one of those things where if you're just saving $1 or $2 when you already have an Amazon account or you already have a Best Buy account, I wouldn't go that hard in trying to find some other setup or trying to do something different simply to save a few dollars. It's all about, some things. Look, Prime Day is probably going to be one of the best times of the year to buy any Amazon-made device. There's some homework you can do like that. But the normal patterns of the holiday season are there's very good deals. It's been before Black Friday, through Cyber Monday. Then there's been the sort of normal deals. And then the last 2 weeks of the season, you don't know. If sales were good, the deals aren't that great. If sales are bad, the deals can be good. But some things, Apple products pretty much don't go on sale. There'll be one Apple sale in the Christmas season, and it'll be like buy an $1,800 laptop, get a $50 gift card. Like it won't be significant, but it will be a sale. So you want to look to then. The other thing is you definitely want to think about, some things won't go on sale and will be hard to get. If you want a Peloton, order it now.
Yeah. Well, all I can say is Amazon Prime Day starts on my second wedding anniversary. And I want to make sure I want to talk very lowly so my wife doesn't hear me. But I'm going to have to do some shopping. Hopefully, maybe they'll give me some level of a deal. Dan, I want to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk more fintech, but this time embedded finance. What's that? We're going to find out real soon. You're going to want to stay tuned right here on BRN AM. Imagine a new television network that will make you richer, healthier, and in control of your financial future. This network is for the policewoman in Nashville, Tennessee, the baker in Dubuque, Iowa, the teacher in Lexington, Kentucky. We want to make the idea of savings and retirement culturally relevant. But what do you see as a defining issue of the midterms, especially for the smaller businesses? I mean, they are the lifeblood of the American economy. Featuring exclusive interviews, current affairs, and docuseries. 33 years old, you retired early.
The philosophy is money only matters if it helps you live a life that you love.
But you got to start thinking about retirement as soon as you get in.
The Broadcast Retirement Network will drive very high engagement with premium partnerships. So this isn't retirement and savings for your parents or grandparents. This is for all Americans. And we're going to change the way you think about money. Welcome to the next frontier of retirement and savings. This is BRN, the Broadcast Retirement Network.
The windows on our homes, they protect us and the ones we love, but they do much more. At Renewal by Andersen, making your home more comfortable is at the center of every window we make. It's why we custom build our windows in America and install them in as little as 1 day. It's why we build our frames with exclusive Fibrex composite material that's 2 times stronger than vinyl. It's why our glass helps keep your home warmer in winter, cooler in summer, and quieter all year long. It's why we stand behind every window with a 20-year limited warranty. Why not help lower your energy costs while giving your home and family the best? Call 1-800-835-6525 to schedule a free in-home consultation. Buy one, get one at 40% off with this special offer. Plus, get special financing with no money down, no monthly payments, and no interest for 1 full year. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window. Call 1-800-835-6525 now.
Welcome back. We're talking to Daniel Klein of 7 Investing. Dan, thanks so much for staying with us this morning.
Thanks for keeping me.
So let's, we've been talking a lot about fintech. What I love about our segment together, our show together, is that we're able to talk about new technology items, how technology is changing us from a work perspective. But we also talk about fintech and new developments. A few weeks ago, we talked about digital payments. This is just another step forward. It's called embedded finance. Give us the details, Dan.
Yeah, so this is something, Jeff, we've probably all used and we've never thought about. So it's basically taking the finance and taking steps out of it. So the example in the story you sent me that struck me the most is you're in Google Maps and you know where you're going to go. And in the map, it allows you to, with one push, pay for parking where you're going. So I was just in Key West a few months ago, and basically you pay for parking everywhere in Key West, and it's tricky. You have to get out of your car, you have to go to the kiosk, it's really hot out, you can't see the screen, you have to do here in West Palm Beach, it's an app where you have to know which zone you're in, and you have to pull up the app, and I got a ticket once because I did everything right, but I forgot to switch it from my car to my wife's car, so it was a $15 ticket instead of a $2 parking. It was frustrating. This allows you to, when you're there, just press a button and pay for your parking. So think of anything you're doing in finance. You're searching for, a new Yankees hat, and, you see the one you want and it's on social media. Oh, I'm sorry. What are you a fan of?
Orioles.
I figured Orioles fan. Okay. So you're
so
searching
I'm not
for
buying
the
a
hat.
hat. Ravens.
Right. You see the Ravens hat you want on social media. You're not on a shopping site, but with one click, it allows you to buy it. It's basically making everything easier. And I see that as a big advantage because I'm willing to give Google, which probably already has my credit card, willing to give Facebook my credit card. They already have it. Amazon, whoever it is, and it just makes the process easier. Can it be overdone? Absolutely. There's a line here, and we need, because you don't always want to be sold to. If you're just looking up like fun stuff on social media, you don't necessarily want to buy that stuff. So embedded finance is like in its early days, and it's tricky. It's something we're going to have to figure out. It's also something that could go wrong, where you think you're giving Google your information and you're giving somebody else your information. So early days, but pretty exciting.
Yeah, I mean, Dan, I'm just going off of, we talked on Sunday on the podcast, because you also appear there as well, or appear on the podcast. And we talked about Ring, and we started talking about this invasion of privacy and do you want it and where's this data going? Look, call me conservative when it comes to these types of things. I just want to be sensitive to protecting my data, knowing that there are unethical people out there around the globe who are hacking in, breaching organizations, and even private individual information. This has me a little concerned, although I know that the Googles of the world are not nefarious. They're doing APIs and plugins and things to route things and protect things. But taking the steps out seems fraught with privacy and safety challenges.
Yeah, I think you need to be really careful. One of the examples we looked at is you're buying a car, and because you've input all your information to get financing for the car, they could one button to offer you insurance. Well, that makes a ton of sense. So if you're in the ecosystem of you're applying for a car loan and it offers you that, you could probably trust that. If you just did a search for something and a button pops up, you really need to be careful, because we've all seen it. You get an email and it seems like it's from your bank or from whoever, and it isn't. So, I always look at anything that's a problem. Like I got a refund yesterday. I bought mugs for my new team, and I paid for 3-color mugs, but our logo is actually 2 colors. So I got a phone call and then 2 emails saying, hey, we're giving you $45 back because you paid for something you don't need, which is very gracious. So thank you, discountmugs.com. But that being said,
they're not a sponsor.
I was skeptical. I don't even know that I just got the name right, to be honest. I bought kidding. Mugs from a place that sells discount mugs. That's probably not their URL. But that being said, I saw the phone call and I went, why would they be calling me? I'm not sure I trust this one. And then I saw the emails, and if the emails had asked me to take an action, I would have gone to their website to see if this was true. I would not have acted on that email. So you need to be really, really careful. And again, there's a lot of bad actors out there. There's a lot of people, and I would always go to the source. If you're getting something, from your bank that seems suspicious, call your bank. If you're getting something from Amazon that seems suspicious, just check it out from the Amazon website. And that's the same with any of this one-click buying opportunities or anything. Make sure you know who you're dealing with, and think about things like, I wouldn't give my credit card info in a one-click purchase for the first time. But if Google has my credit card info that I entered directly through my Google account, and they have it, and when I go to make the purchase goes through, that's that added layer of security. So you need to be a little bit skeptical, because this is the wild, wild west. We don't know exactly what this is going to look like and who's going to be doing what.
Dan, how worried are you? You mentioned the car and the car insurance example. How worried are you about people just, I'm getting a better deal from State Farm versus Allstate, but no one really, to say that, you're buying this car and this thing suddenly pops up to buy car insurance. How worried that people are going to make a quick decision, look at price, and not look at, for example, the liability or the coverages, right? I mean, there's a lot of machination that goes on to buy something like that. That's maybe a little bit more sophisticated. Or, does this reward that more point and click society that we're already having trouble with disinformation? Is this just going to lead us down this path that is going to really cause us more challenges?
Yeah, so it depends what you're buying. So if you're buying a car, you should have done the homework on what you should be paying for a rate. So I know I bought both of our cars through Carvana. And before that, I checked with a different financing option. What would my financing price be? So when I did the financing through Carvana, I went, okay, it's a better rate. I will take it. It should be the same thing with your insurance. You should look at your current insurance as a benchmark. Here is what I pay. This is a better price, and it's a higher deductible, but I have more liability coverage, and okay, if I have an accident, I'll pay $500 instead of $250 because I get higher coverage here, or they'll pay for my rental car or whatever it is. You really need to understand the sophisticated, everything there. And it's probably something you need to do your work on, just like it is the price of a car when you buy a car. Though I would argue that Carvana is almost always a better price than most places. So you probably don't have to do that much homework. That being said, let's say I'm buying my car and it says, hey, you're buying a BMW. Would you like a t-shirt that says BMW just so you can show the world that you like the brand? It's $19.99. Well, maybe I could get one for $14.99 somewhere else, but who cares? Like, that's not that big a purchase. So I do think some of the convenience isn't worth checking, but if you're committing to a new insurance company or whatever, you're buying a product that's going to be really impactful, it's the old question of, you're buying a refrigerator, do you want the 3-year warranty? The answer is almost always no, but you should fully understand what the manufacturer's warranty is, and if you do get the warranty, what does it actually replace? Like, what
Right.
Sometimes these things are less than useless, so it all requires homework, and I'd be really hesitant to make a big purchase from a one-click thing. That's very different than, hey, I see you've been on YouTube and you've been watching Bruce Springsteen videos endlessly. You want to buy a Bruce Springsteen t-shirt? Like, yes, I do. And that's a button, and then you go. So this is really exciting. The Google parking example is a great example of where it makes your life easier, but spending $10 on parking versus committing to insurance is very, very different. So you need to be careful.
Yeah, very interesting, Dan, as always. Thanks so much for joining us in the program, Dan, and we look forward to having you back again next week.
Thanks for having me.
And that wraps up this episode of BRN AM. Have a topic of interest or someone you think we should talk to? Then drop us a line. And don't forget, for all the news in retirement, markets, technology, personal finance, and more, check out our daily newsletter, The Morning Pulse. So until tomorrow, I'm Jeff Snyder. Stay safe, keep on saving, and don't forget, roll with the changes.
Are you being audited and do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Is the IRS threatening to take more of your money? Don't fight the IRS alone. The Tax Doctor is here to help you negotiate your tax bill and reduce your stress. The IRS can freeze your assets and seize your bank accounts, but you can stop these IRS actions. The Tax Doctor will work with you using our years of experience to represent your case to help you get the best resolution under the IRS guidelines. Help is here to deal with the IRS to reduce your stress. We've handled thousands of cases, so we know what we're doing. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, do not call the IRS alone. Call a Tax Doctor now for a tax emergency analysis.
Call 800-224-6439.